No, I wanted to touch on the whole fucking James Charles video situation about him talking about him getting a DM from a lady that lost their job at an airline, and she was asking him to pretty much see if he could donate to her GoFundMe and things like that. And he made a video on pretty much backlashing at her, calling her stupid, lazy, that instead of copying, pasting that DM to loads of different influencers, use that time to apply for jobs, and all this bullshit that this man is saying. Now, I already wasn't a fan of James Charles. I don't like that dude at all. I do think he is very talented at what he does, but I think him as a person, I think he's disgusting. Because when you're gonna call someone that lost their job because of bankruptcy, it's not like a situation where like she got fired and it was on her own accord and she's the reason why she lost her job. It's literally over something that she literally can't control. As many other people in this country, where majority of the time they lost their jobs over reasons that they can't control. And you have the right to call her lazy, stupid, and that she just needs to apply for jobs. Like, it's that fucking simple. Bro, if it was that fucking simple, oh, just apply for a job, you'll get it in 2 minutes. That shows that you have no idea how the job market is today. You, James Charles, literally are probably, you, because keep in mind, this dude has a net worth, I looked it up, he has a net worth of $22 million. And hell, I get it if you might be frustrated that you get loads and loads of messages a day of people asking you for money, whatever. And whether they're fans or not, there's still people who are clearly reaching out to you as a sign of desperation, of a cry for help, because they're in such a predicament where they're afraid of that they're not gonna be able to feed their kids, have a roof over their head, and a warm bed to sleep in. So in my opinion, whether she follows you or fucking not is not the point, because he uses this thing, well, she wasn't even a fan of me. So because that person doesn't buy your shit, buy your products, and follows you on a fucking social media account, you don't have the obligation to help a mother and someone in need when they're literally asking you. It took a lot of courage to go into your DMs and even ask you for help. And what do? You embarrass her, you humiliate her, and you plaster her on the internet and pretty much like laugh in our faces that she literally lost her job and like, boo-hoo, you're in that situation, not my problem. It's just so out of touch. And then he made a fucking apology video. Like, it's so stupid. And then I looked at the comments of his apology video because I saw that he was actually responding to people. And I saw this one comment where this person said, like, bro, how many apology videos have you made, like, in your whole career? And he had the audacity to say, well, I've been on the internet for like 10 years. How many mistakes have you made in 10 years? Bro, I've made a lot of mistakes. Plenty. So many to count. But not one of those mistakes that I've made was talking to underage boys. That's not a mistake. You knowingly did that shit. You knew what you were going through. And I don't care if he's like, oh, well, I didn't know they were underage. Bro, we've literally seen texts that they told you how old they were. So for you to say that is bullshit. You knew exactly how old they were, and you continued to talk to them and sexualize them. Because you're a desperate fuck that's lonely and miserable, and you have to go to those in order to feel something because you're that fucking miserable. Which is absolutely disgusting. You are a disgusting human being. And then you have, and even though you've literally been canceled, that's how everyone knows you as pretty much now. As the freaking wannabe makeup artist that talks to underage boys. He's a fucking pedophile. That's literally what people know you as now. And you have the audacity to think that you can just come out here and say that shit and be like, oh, well, I made a mistake, or oh my god, yeah, like when I saw other people's reactions, it made me really sit down and think about what I said. But bitch, before all of us gave you that backlash, you were 100% fully confident with saying your response. But now, because you're getting backlash, oh, now you change your mind? It makes no sense. And then he's like, oh, well, I made a mistake. Because people freaking are telling me the fucking truth. Yeah, now I, like, had a change of heart. Why? You were very confident in your answer. Like, I mean, don't just change your mind just to make us feel better. Like, no, if that's how you really feel, then stand by that. Like, why? Because you're getting backlash and you're afraid of freaking losing all your money and shit. You have to go apologize and hope and pray that we just, this will just blow over and you can just go back to making your content. Because that's literally his shit. Is that he knows that, oh, I'll just make my little apology. And it's the internet. Yeah, it might be out there, but it's the internet. It'll all blow over eventually, and then we can just all go back to our regular programming. And yeah, people obviously don't want to drag it out. So yeah, we'll keep moving on with our lives. But also, people aren't going to forget those things. Same thing with the pedophile thing. That happened years ago. But people still remember that. People are now going to say that, oh, well, that's the guy that is a very privileged human being where literally he's made millions of dollars in his career, and you can't send that girl a GoFundMe. You can't send $50 because I guarantee you $50 is nothing to you. You giving someone, don't care if they're a fan, they're clearly a help in need. They don't need to support you in order for you just to show kindness and help somebody out. Because say if there's like a homeless guy on the street that clearly he's struggling, clearly he's starving, clearly he's probably very dehydrated, cold, all these things. I doubt he probably even knows who you are. But you want to know what we do? We help him out. We ask him, does he need anything? Do you want me to go inside, get you some snacks? Or do you want me to go to McDonald's, get you a meal or some shit? It's called kindness. It's called just helping them out because you know that they need help. And if you're in a position where you are able to probably change that person's life, despite if they're a fan or not, that means more than anything. Like James, you literally have the freaking crystal ball in your hand. You have the power to change this woman's life with how much money that you have. And you're saying that I totally get the frustration. I kind of get where he's coming from. Like, you don't want to be seen as like a freaking ATM to all these random people. But it also doesn't hurt to, like, you know what? Even though this is annoying, hell, I'll send her $100. Or like everyone else is saying, you could have just ignored it. Swipe past. You didn't have to put your opinion on it. If that's how you feel, that's fine. You didn't have to put it out into the world. Especially when you're literally, bro, you're on such thin ice. I'm surprised when you make videos like this, you need to know what you're saying. You need to fully be like, yeah. You need to like rewatch your shit and be like, yeah, I feel that way. Post. And then it doesn't go well, and then you have to redo it. Like, it's ridiculous. It's just the fact that he calls it a mistake. No, it wasn't no mistake. You fully believed what you were saying. You were so confident. You said it with your whole chest of what you were saying, and that's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. It wasn't an accident that you said that. And obviously, he's not gonna have no consequences, I guarantee you. Because there's still going to be people out there that are still going to support this man. And he's still going to be on the internet. He's still going to have his platform. He's still going to make millions of dollars. And he's not going to get reprimanded. Because people are still going to support this man. And it's literally insane. Like, not saying I want, like, something horrible to happen to him. But I don't think that... Because I feel like he literally took what he has for granted, and he doesn't realize how lucky he really is. Because literally people would kill to have your lifestyle. People dream of having the lifestyle that you have. And I'm fucking ridiculous.